Hey Fit Track, Coach Evan here. Now we've been pushing it really hard on our workouts, so today we're gonna focus on mobility and activation exercises. You can use these on your rest days or even later in the day or right after one of your workouts. So let's go for it. All the exercises we do today are gonna be moving at a pretty slow pace, so feel free to invite your furry friend to join you. First up, we have 90-90 hip openers. So we're gonna get our legs at 90 degrees. And what I mean there is we're gonna have our hip at 90, our knee at 90, ankle at 90, and then our other leg is gonna be 90 degrees from this one, same at the knee and same at the ankle. All we're gonna do here is we're gonna keep our back up nice and tall, and we're just gonna flip. So we're gonna keep our heels where they are right here, and we're gonna flip our hips all the way to the other side and press our knees into the floor. Now, if you can't make it all the way, that's okay. Try and get your knees as far as close to the ground as you can. And if that's too tough, you can actually lean back to start and just get your hips moving here, flipping side to side. And if you feel nice and comfortable, you can lift your hands up, press those knees right into the floor, rotate, and press right into the floor. Our next exercise is called Tabletop hip cars, and it's great exercise for hip health, and it'll also activate your glutes and your hamstrings. So to start out, you're just gonna get up onto all fours. Okay, keep your back nice and straight, so you don't wanna round it. You wanna keep your back nice and straight throughout this exercise. And all you're gonna do is you're gonna kick your leg back as far as you can. When you get to the top, you should feel your hamstrings and glutes engage. And then from here, you're gonna turn your hip out, and you're gonna try to come around while keeping your leg as tall as possible before coming back into the middle. And then you're gonna kick back, turn that hip out, and come all the way around. What you wanna try to avoid doing is when you're turning that hip and going forward, you wanna avoid that hip dropping, okay? So we wanna keep this as tall as possible as we're coming around, back in, and then kicking it back out. Our next exercise is called Quadrupled quad drive, and it'll help move the quad and the knee through its entire range of motion. So to start out, just like tabletop, except what we're gonna do is we're gonna drive off our toes and just get our knees an inch off of the ground. From here, we're gonna extend our legs, okay, our knees, and we're gonna come all the way to the top. So we wanna stretch as much as we can. Think about trying to get our heels to the ground, and we're gonna straighten out that knee. And then from here, we're just gonna drive those knees back forward again. And what's happening as we come down, we're gonna get a nice bend in the knee. And then as we come up, we're gonna get that knee nice and straight. So the quad and the patellar tendon is getting a nice big stretch and mobility all the way through this exercise. And just like the tabletop, we're gonna try to keep our back nice and straight throughout this exercise. Really control your speed as you're coming down, pause at the bottom, and extend all the way up to the top. Our last exercise today is called a sideways leg extension, and it's gonna focus on our groin and our hamstring. Start by lying flat on your side. I want you to have your bottom foot planted firmly on the ground to the point where we're getting a little bit of engagement in this glute. We want a straight line from this heel all the way to this shoulder and this elbow, so our body is completely elongated. From here, we're gonna take our bottom leg and we're gonna get this leg 90 degrees from our body. While we're firmly putting this foot into the floor, we're gonna lift our bottom leg and we're gonna slowly extend this leg. You should feel some engagement in the groin and the hamstring. Control it back down, rest for a second, tighten everything up, elongate, lift the bottom leg, extend it out, bring it back in. You might feel some pretty strong engagement, so don't push the movement here. Do whatever is comfortable for you. And just listen to your body. You're gonna feel a nice big stretch in that hamstring. Control it back, rest for a second. Keep everything long and engaged for the entire movement. And you're gonna get a really good one out of this one. Thank you so much for joining me for this Workout Wednesdays mobility series. I hope you use this on your rest days or after your workouts to keep the momentum going on your fitness journey. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you next week.